Have you ever wondered where it all began? Not just cities or writing, but the very idea of civilization itself. For decades, we thought we knew the answer. But then, a discovery in the dusty plains of southeastern Turkey turned history on its head. This is the story of Göbekli Tepe, the world's first temple, and it's a story that rewrites everything we thought we knew about our own past. Picture this. It's 12,000 years ago. The last ice age is just ending. Humanity consists of small, nomadic bands of hunter-gatherers. They haven't invented pottery. They haven't domesticated animals. And agriculture is still thousands of years in the future. Yet, in this supposedly primitive era, these ancient people achieved the unthinkable. They gathered in massive numbers to carve and erect a monumental complex of towering stone pillars, some weighing up to 20 tons. This isn't just a random collection of rocks. This is a highly organized, sophisticated sanctuary. Göbekli Tepe, which means Potbelly Hill in Turkish, consists of multiple circular inclines. At the center of each stand, two enormous T-shaped pillars, surrounded by smaller ones facing inward. Think of it like a stone parliament of giants. These pillars aren't blank slates. They are covered in a mesmerizing array of intricate carvings. This is where the real mystery begins. What were our ancestors trying to tell us? Let's take a closer look at these symbols. We see a rich tapestry of the animal kingdom. Menacing scorpions, powerful bulls, sly foxes, graceful cranes, and coiled snakes. These aren't just random doodles. The animals are depicted with a stunning level of detail and artistic skill. They seem to burst from the stone, full of life and meaning. For a long time, archaeologists believed these were simply depictions of the local wildlife, perhaps related to hunting rituals or shamanistic beliefs. But some researchers now believe there's a much deeper, more cosmic story being told here. One of the most fascinating theories connects these animal carvings to the stars. Could these pillars be an ancient astronomical map? Proponents of this idea suggest that specific animals represent constellations. For example, the scorpion could represent Scorpio. The bull could be Taurus. One particular pillar, known as Pillar 43 or the Vulture Stone, is especially intriguing. It depicts a vulture, a scorpion, and a headless human figure. Some researchers have argued that this isn't just a scene of death, but a date stamp for a cataclysmic event, using sophisticated software to map the ancient sky. They propose that the animals on the Vulture Stone correspond to constellations as they would have appeared around 10,950 BC. They believe this stone records a comet impact, a fragment from the torrid meteor stream that caused a dramatic climate shift known as the Younger Dryosa Mini-Ice Age that plunged the world back into freezing temperatures. The headless man, they argue, represents the widespread loss of life from this disaster. Is it possible that the builders of Göbekli Tepe were the survivors of a global catastrophe, memorializing it in stone for all eternity? This is a mind-bending idea. It suggests that these primitive hunter-gatherers possessed a sophisticated knowledge of astronomy, a concept known as precession, which is the slow wobble of the Earth's axis. It's a cycle that takes nearly 26,000 years to complete. If this theory is true, it means our ancestors were far more advanced than we've ever given them credit for. But what about the T-shaped pillars themselves? Why this specific shape? Notice they don't have detailed faces, but they do have carvings of arms, hands, and even loincloths. Many experts believe these pillars are not just structural supports. They are stylized representations of humanoid figures, perhaps ancestors, gods, or spiritual beings. When you stand inside one of these enclosures, you are surrounded by these silent stone giants. You're not just in a building. You are in the presence of powerful entities. It's a gathering of supernatural beings, frozen in time. The sheer scale of this project is staggering. It would have required hundreds of people working together over generations to quarry, carve, transport, and erect these megaliths. And this raises the ultimate chicken and egg question of human history. For a long time, we believed that agriculture led to settlement, which then allowed for complex religion and monumental architecture. People started farming, had surplus food, and then had the time and resources to build temples. Göbekli Tepe flips that script entirely. Here we have a massive religious center built by hunter-gatherers before the invention of agriculture. This has led to a revolutionary new theory. Did the need to build and maintain this sacred site actually drive ? The invention of farming? Did these massive gatherings of people create a need for a stable, predictable food source? Perhaps it was the shared belief, the spiritual quest, that forced humanity to innovate and create the settled world we live in today. Religion, in this view, wasn't a product of civilization, it was the catalyst. And just when you think the mystery can't get any deeper, it does. After about 2,000 years of use, the people who built Göbekli Tepe did something extraordinary. They deliberately and carefully buried the entire site. They filled in the enclosures with tons of earth, stone, and animal bones, preserving it perfectly for millennia. Why? Why would a culture spend centuries building such a magnificent temple only to bury it? Was it a symbolic act, marking the end of an era, the birth of a new one? Did their beliefs change? Were they trying to hide it, protecting its sacred power from future generations? Or was it the ultimate offering to the cosmic beings represented by the pillars? We simply don't know. This final act is perhaps the most enigmatic chapter in Göbekli Tepe's story. What we do know is that only a tiny fraction, maybe 5%, of Göbekli Tepe has been excavated. Radar scans show at least 16 more enclosures and potentially hundreds more pillars still waiting beneath the soil. What secrets do they hold? What new symbols and stories are waiting to be deciphered? Each new discovery at this incredible site has the potential to further revolutionize our understanding of our own origins. Göbekli Tepe is more than just an archaeological site. It's a portal to a lost world. It forces us to reconsider the intelligence, creativity, and spiritual depth of our earliest ancestors. They weren't just struggling to survive. They were looking up at the stars, contemplating the cosmos, and trying to understand their place within it. They were artists, engineers, astronomers, and philosophers, and they left us a message carved in stone. A message we are only just beginning to understand. What do you think? Were these animal carvings a map of the stars, a warning of a global catastrophe, or something else entirely? Let me know your theories in the comments below. The story of Göbekli Tepe is far from over, and it reminds us that our history is still being written. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this exploration of ancient mysteries, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more deep dives into the stories that define us. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.